Well, this morning, several parts of Southwest Florida are burning. We are bringing you everything you need to know about multiple wildfires going strong right now throughout parts of Southwest Florida. We will also share firefighters' efforts to contain those fires, the major highways that are shut down right now, the evacuation orders that are in place for one of Southwest Florida's largest counties. Good morning, and thank you for watching Fox 4 Morning News at 7. I'm Lisa Greenberg.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Chris Shaw. Right now, there are crews working in Collier, Lee, Charlotte, and Glades counties to try to contain at least 10 different fires. This is a big job for firefighters to tackle because of all of these fires combined. It takes up more than 5,000 acres, and some of them have been burning for almost 24 hours. Combine that with the weather conditions we're seeing. We're at the end of what has been an especially dry season, and the job only gets tougher. So let's start in Charlotte County, where a 75-acre brush fire is burning near Peace River shores. According to the Florida Forestry Service, that fire is now about 90% contained. In Glades County, a fire broke out late last night on State Road 78 East near Curry Island. That fire burned about 5 acres and is now fully contained. Let's go to Lee County. Firefighters battled a fire near 30th Street Southwest and State Road 82. The Lehigh Acres Fire Control and Rescue District says it burned at least 20 acres, and there may still be some smoke in the area, but it is contained. The biggest fires this morning are in Collier County.
Right, Chris. This morning, long stretches of Alligator Alley are shut down because of at least 6 fires that look like this in Collier County. Altogether, these fires have burned at least 5,000 acres of land, and mandatory evacuation orders are now in effect for several parts of the county. This is a map from the Greater Naples Fire District. It shows the areas that need to evacuate right now. They issued this evacuation notice just after midnight. The biggest areas impacted are the Panther Walk RV Resort and the Club Naples RV Resort. But people living between Garland Road and Everglades Boulevard need to evacuate as well. The fire department says limited services are available for evacuees at the Max Hassey Community Park and Golden Gate Community Center. They say hotels in the area have a lot of availability right now as well. Now, Jessica Alpern talked to one of the families who was forced to leave their home and go to one of those hotels. This is an interview you will only see right here on Fox 4 Morning News. And Jess, you also have some exclusive video from that family that shows just how close those flames got to their home, correct?
That's right, Lisa. So the video you are about to see is truly terrifying and paints one of just many pictures of what people here in Collier County are dealing with. But first and foremost, I want to give you a live look of what we are dealing with out here. So we are right at the Collier Boulevard on-ramp to I-75 South. That is where you can see we actually have the Greater Naples Fire Rescue out here working to update the trooper who has this part blocked off. And you can see one gentleman, he's actually pulled up to ask them exactly how he's able to travel over to the east coast of Florida. That is what we have seen many people out here doing this morning. I can tell you that detour, your best detour, according to troopers, is going to be to take 41. But again, I said that I have been speaking with the Greater Naples Fire Rescue all morning long. They can confirm we're still dealing with 5,000 acres of brush that has burned. We are still at 0% containment. They are waiting for an update from Florida Forestry. So first and foremost, what I want to go ahead and do is show you that video that I promised you. And the crazy part about all of this video, the sad part about all of it, is it's actually from a family who I interviewed 3 years back. They were dealing with a fire just like this years ago. It actually claimed their home at the time. Now they're going through this nightmare all over again. I want you to watch and listen to this video. So this is video you will see only here on Fox 4 Morning News. You could see and hear that chopper was actually grabbing water from the canal right by their home. I'm going to let you hear from that family in just a bit. But first, here is what we know about the fires burning. Again, the latest update from fire crews. We are still talking about a combined 5,000 acres of brush that is burning. This all ordered mandatory evacuations early this morning for several neighborhoods. Lisa broke down the latest on all of that that for you. I can also tell you fire crews have another area they are monitoring this morning in case the fire forces additional evacuations. Now, it has also jumped the interstate. That is why it is shut down from Collier Boulevard, mile marker 101, all the way to mile marker 80. Now is when I want you to hear from a family who knows fire danger like this all too well. Again, these are the people you just heard from in that chopper video that I showed you. I interviewed this family 3 years back when what you're seeing in these photos took place. Another fire in the Golden Gate Estates area claimed their home at the time. They have since been living with family whose home that this current fire has made it to has made it dangerously close. So they had to evacuate last night to a nearby hotel.
I kind of felt that nauseous feeling of when we first found out that their fires were close and they were really bad the first time. But I think after going through everything, it was almost more like, it's just stuff. We'll get the stuff we need immediately, and we'll just, again, it's just getting us out and all the animals.
So they had to evacuate their family, parents, grandparents, and 7 pets. That, of course, just one story of what many people are dealing with when it comes to evacuations this morning. The heartbreaking thing when it comes to that family is now 3 years after losing their previous home to a fire like this. They were finally getting ready to break ground on rebuilding, but all of that sadly came right before the COVID-19 pandemic, and like many, they are now out of work because of it. I want to bring you back out here live right now. My photographer is giving you a live look at mile marker 101. Again, Collier Boulevard. You can see those smoky conditions. We are certainly smelling it out here this morning. Of course, fire crews, they tell me they are keeping a close eye on several areas this morning. It all has to do with the windy conditions, which you can probably make out behind me as well. So for that reason, we want to send it over to Eric Stone in the Weather Center for an update how on the wind and fire conditions across Southwest Florida are contributing to this fire risk. Eric?
That's right. A lot of the fires that started yesterday, you can see the fire danger index very high from Charlotte County down toward Collier County. Today, an improvement, but still in the very high category in Lee County, high in Charlotte, and moderate throughout the rest of Southwest Florida. Unfortunately, winds will not cooperate today, already 10 to 15 miles per hour, especially in Collier County where the bigger fires are burning right now. Throughout the day, expect wind speed 15 to 20 miles per hour, subsiding a bit this evening and not quite as bad tomorrow. In fact, Friday about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Relative humidity still on the low side, a little higher than yesterday, but in the 40 to 50% range throughout the afternoon. Again, more moisture will be working in on Friday, so we'll have some showers and some higher humidity. Current temperatures are in the mid-60s northern communities and low to mid-70s elsewhere. So throughout the day today, well, we'll have a mixture of sun and clouds. High temperature right around 89 degrees. I did mention rain is on the way. We'll time that rain out for you when I come back.
All right, Eric, let's talk about the best ways to prepare your family now that the conditions are so bad and we're seeing these fires pop up. For a quicker evacuation process, you should back your car into your garage or park it in the direction of your evacuation route. Keep your pets in one area so you don't have to scramble around to look for them. To limit your exposure to the smoke and dust, keep your windows and doors closed and be sure not to use anything that burns in your home. This morning, the funeral for a fallen firefighter will happen in North Fort Myers. Dwight Henry, known as Shadow by his firefighter family, passed away last Thursday after a medical emergency. The procession will begin at 9:45 and will end at the Lee Civic Center at 11 for the service. Social distancing will be observed there, so seating is limited to 10% capacity.
Well, this morning, local health departments say more needs to be done to limit the spread of COVID-19. Health departments are now implementing contact tracing, which means they're trying to reach everyone who's come into contact with COVID-19 patients. There are about 800 cases in Collier County right now, but the DOH has reached out to about 2,300 people who came close to each of those cases. Lee County has contacted about 4,000 people so far. They're calling anyone who's come within 6 feet of patients for more than 10 minutes while they're most contagious. That's during the first 48 hours they show symptoms. Not everyone who gets a call, though, will get tested.
We're really not ramped up to be able to trace the entire population. So that's why a lot of facilities are saying, if you're not symptomatic, then just kind of self-quarantine, kind of monitor yourself.
Now, he says it may be frustrating getting a call from your doctor warning you that you should stay at home, but it could better prepare doctors the next time coronavirus comes around, which could be this summer or fall. Well, tomorrow, 2 new drive-through testing sites are coming to Fort Myers. One will be at the Walmart on Colonial Boulevard near I-75. The other will be on Pine Island Road near US 41 in North Fort Myers. These sites will not test for antibodies. They'll be open from 7 to 9 in the morning on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You do have to have an appointment through Quest Diagnostics online portal.
All right, let's change up the pace a little bit. Check this out. If you're going a little stir crazy from being inside for so long and you need a fun new challenge, here you go. Hertz Ketchup has released a 570-piece ketchup puzzle. It's a nod to the brand's 57 varieties of ketchup, and it's definitely a challenge for ketchup lovers. The company recently gave 57 of these puzzles away in a social media contest. It was held in 17 countries, and to be selected, people just had to comment with who they would choose to take the puzzle on with. All right, Lisa, you don't want to take on the puzzle with me because we were having this conversation at my house a couple of weeks ago because we got some puzzles because we are so bored. I can't do it. I'm just not a puzzle guy. I don't know.
I am notoriously
not gonna happen.
Impatient, so giving me a regular puzzle makes me crazy, but a puzzle with no like hints or clues of colors, patterns, I can't imagine I can't imagine any time where I'd be so bored that I'd be wanting to do this.
Oh, I love puzzles. I mean, ever since I was a kid, it's kind of like doing a complicated math problem, and anything that's challenging, I just got to go for it.
All right, well, we will have you do the puzzle. Tell us how long it takes you. Chris and I will do our own thing until then.
There's a lot of red in there, definitely. It's going to be
Netflix.
Tough. Hey, you know what? We've got a mostly cloudy sky. Here's a live look at Pink Shell at Fort Myers Beach. Not expecting the rain today, but it's on the way. I'll let you know coming up.
Well, for many parents heading back to work, there are some concerns about who will watch their kids. So coming up, we'll tell you about the emergency daycare that's open to help working parents right here in Southwest Florida. 7:12 is the time. Stay with us. You're watching Fox 4 Morning News.